Has Canada really earned its place at the Security Council? This is a government that for 4 years has basically ignored the United Nations, and now is suddenly showing up saying, hey, put us on the council. I think you have to earn this, and there's a serious question as to whether the Conservative government has earned it. Don't mistake me. I know how important it is for Canada to get a seat on the Security Council, but Canadians have to ask a tough question. Has this government earned that place? We're not convinced it has.
As a founding member of the UN and its seventh largest contributor to its finances, Canada has been a consistently reliable and responsible participant in UN initiatives around the world. This was so in the earliest days of the United Nations. It was so during the difficult days of the Cold War, of decolonization, and of the struggle against apartheid, and it remains so today. It is essential that we strive to make a significant actual difference in the lives of the world's most disadvantaged people, who, seeing his neighbor distressed, will pass by on the other side of the road. However, let us not limit our horizons by looking just at the least we can do. Much higher goals are within our capacity if we will but reach for them. To recognize that is to understand the need for enlightened sovereignty, the idea that what's good for others may well be the best way to pursue one's own interests. In business, it's called win-win, and it's good for business. In international affairs, it is good for development and for justice, and it is in the spirit of the United Nations Charter. It is therefore of the highest importance in a passionate world of competing interests and principles, where every person left to himself does what is right in his own sight. In such a world, the need for an enlightened, expansive view of sovereignty is as great now as it ever was. At the outset of these remarks, I referred to the origins of the United Nations. It was founded at the end of the greatest and most destructive war that had ever disturbed the ocean of humanity. That war was certainly attributable in part to an extreme and pernicious nationalism. But we should never forget that appeasement and expediency also allowed fascism to gather such strength that it required the whole and undivided effort of the world's free peoples to subdue it. The UN's mission has grown over time, but its core job remains the same: through peace and development to build a better world, to prevent war and conflict, yet at the same time to uphold what is right and to protect the weak and the poor from those who prey upon them. Canada shall be guided by the same advice we prescribe to others. We will listen to their concerns, we will speak the truth, and we will act with vigor. And we will do all of these things ever mindful that peace and opportunity for all remain always our ultimate purpose.
I'm not sure the speech is going to do it, because I think there are some obstacles that our own government has put in the way of garnering some support. Our freezing of international aid, even though, according to the Prime Minister, we're in a strong position economically, that doesn't wash very well with those who are in real need. I think also the approach that he's taking around fundamental issues like human rights, the aid to the Palestinians and the refugees. These are problems that stand in the way. We haven't even played the kind of honest broker role that Canada has traditionally played when we've been given the opportunity to be on the Security Council. So I worry that actions of this government could be jeopardizing our ability to serve.